Okay.
So
Okay.
your question was,
My question was, I thought that most of our immigration situation was just in Canada, and then after hearing one of your videos, you indicated 70% in one of the European countries, I think it was.
well, that was in one of the cities in the
Oh.
Netherlands.
Oh, okay.
So the European Union has the European Union Parliament, which the European Union, all the countries are banded together under this EU Parliament, and they're very pro-immigration, like super pro-immigration, following the WEF settings, the World Economic Forum. So they impose sanctions and penalties if a country doesn't take in so many immigrants. They pay a fine per immigrant that they didn't bring in. So in talking about these European countries, we're talking France, the UK, Ireland is having, we just did a video, or I did a video about that, protesting in the streets. The thing is, this ongoing mass migration agenda is wreaking havoc with their finances in all of these countries, welfare states basically, and a lot of social unrest, and there's some violence and some ugly things happening as well, and what they call no-go zones, where the number of migrants have become so big that the resident people of the country won't go into that part of the city at all. Even in some places, the police won't go in without military backup because the migrants have taken over a massive area of the city.
Excuse me. Well, that's unreal. Taking over their city, and if we went to their countries, what would happen?
Well, this is a commonly pointed out statement you made there. So these European countries, and again UK and etc., they're discovering that this open door policy, which is only getting worse in most countries as the numbers increase, again, it's economically and societally destructive to the countries, and the people are protesting it, and they don't want it to continue because the problems are evident. Now, you can't blame the migrants, okay, because somebody somewhere, whenever you discuss this subject, they go, well, you're racist, or you're prejudiced, or whatever, religion comes into play. Well, no, it's just, it's not working. It's quite evident it's not working. And your question about Canada, well, it just shows up more in the European countries because they're smaller. I did a video yesterday where I said if you multiply the 5 million people that are in Ireland by their number of migrants, immigrants, newcomers is the politically correct term now, it's statistically the same as Canada. We're bringing in just as many people as the Irish are, but we're a massive country. It's spread out. If you go to Brampton in southern Ontario down by Toronto, it's like 90%, I forget what the actual statistic is, but it's way more than 50% are newcomers. So, is there anything else
No, when you said Brampton, that's unreal because at one point, we lived near there, and now you're saying that most of it is
newcomers.
That is.
Yeah, and it's not their fault. As I've said before, the young East Indian fellows I work with, they pretty well 201, they said, well, Canada is not what we were sold on when we came here. They're struggling. They're suffering from all the same things we are, the lack of housing, there aren't enough hospitals, doctors. Canada's brought in 8 million people, and what have we made no provisions for this amount added to our populace, 8 million on 36 million over, basically 8 years. So again, in summation, I guess it's just Europe is showing it more evidently than what we are in Canada. Mostly, my theory, because they're smaller countries with a denser population.
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
All right.